The border crisis sparking some national security concerns now. Customs and Border Protection announcing that among those people who have been arrested at the southern border in the past 2 months for entering the country illegally were 2 men from Yemen who are on the FBI's terrorism watch list. But now the agency has pulled the bulletin on that from its website, with sources citing national security concerns. We are awaiting an official statement about it. Republican Senator John Barrasso of Wyoming joins us now. He's the chairman of the Senate Republican Conference, a ranking member of the Senate Energy and Natural Resources Committee, and he recently toured the border himself, as did the House Minority Leader, Kevin McCarthy. He was out there in the El Paso sector. During that tour, Senator, he said, you know, we heard that in Arizona, not far from here, that they're picking up people from countries like Yemen, from other countries which are known to have terrorist ties among some people. And now we see that this has now come home to roost here in the United States. Your reaction?
Well, border security is national security, and Joe Biden's immigration positions have made our country, I believe, more risky, more vulnerable to terrorists. You know, as much as the Biden administration hates to admit it, President Trump's policies on immigration were effective. They worked. The Remain in Mexico policy worked. When Joe Biden came into office on January 20th, Border Patrol tell you their job got a lot tougher because he offered open borders, amnesty, citizenship for illegal immigrants. And that's going to attract people from all around the world, including terrorists, including criminals, drug smugglers. We're fortunate that we caught these two. You don't know who else has gotten in, John. When I was there, I saw a porous border. We need to secure the border.
Yeah, you know, in terms of a porous border, the Washington Times is reporting, and we're working to try to confirm this, that Secretary Mayorkas is considering closing some of the existing gaps in the wall. If he were to do that, and we're looking at some drone video here of the border wall, and you can see that it extends for a certain distance and then stops. If he were to close some of those existing gaps in the wall, would that help the situation, do you believe?
Well, it absolutely would. When I talked to the Border Patrol, they said there are a couple of things that we could do. One is complete the wall, because walls work. And number two is go back to this Remain in Mexico policy, which is what President Trump so effectively put into place. So we need to secure the border. It's not there now. You know, the Border Patrol told me that they're only at about 1/3 effective in terms of actually trying to keep out the bad guys and trying to catch them, because 2/3 of their staff is working on either daycare providers for all of these kids who are now taken in, or by the other migrants who they're trying to escort to safe places in the United States because of the Biden policies.
Yeah, we've got up on the screen right now some pictures of you and Senator Cotton from Arkansas, along with the Border Patrol on the Rio Grande River and there by the wall as well. This appears as though it's a losing political issue for President Biden. An AP poll found that his handling of the unaccompanied migrant children at the southern border issue, 40% disapproval, only 24% of people approve. He's playing the long game here, Senator. He's sending envoys to the Northern Triangle countries. The vice president is going to be involved in that part of it, as opposed to going to the border to actually see what the problem is. But does he need to do something immediately to stem the flow? And if so, what is that thing that he needs to do?
Well, absolutely. You described it as the long game. This isn't a game. This is our nation's security. I'm in Wyoming. I hear about it every day. People saying, finish the wall, secure the border. The number one thing the border agents would tell you they need to have done, in addition to the wall, is to get back to the President Trump policy of Remain in Mexico, so that all of these migrants don't come to the United States to apply for asylum. They do it in the first country that they get to where there's safety, which is Mexico, for so many of them coming up from Central America. The Border Patrol says that they briefed the Biden transition team on this very thing before President Biden took over on January 20th, and they were completely ignored. President Biden, as you know, signed 5 executive orders on immigration that first day in office. He turned on the green light, put out the welcome mat, and said, come. And, you know, where you just talked about the poll numbers, it's going to get worse for the president, because they're talking about, even the Secretary of Homeland Security, they're talking about 2 million coming this year. And the Secretary of Homeland Security said this is the worst it's been in 20 years.
Well, I think the president's got a tremendous amount of political capital invested in ending Remain in Mexico, so I wouldn't expect he would reverse course on that. But we'll keep watching it. We'll see. Senator John Barrasso of Wyoming, good to talk to you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, John.